soon as the busloads of protests started showing up, I was excited to see that many people starting to show up.
Not allowed in past here?
No. Okay. In 2 days from now, you'll be okay from here.
Okay. Do you guys know what's going on here?
Right now?
Yeah.
Nothing special.
Nothing special. The president is in town, and Harper, and Caldron.
Is he your president?
He's not my president, but he might be soon. That's what's happening.
Oh,
This
yeah?
is about the North American Union.
Okay. Anyway, you're not allowed here.
Not allowed right here? Alright.
See you. Have a nice day.
See ya.
I mean, these guys have all the next presidential candidate. Republican and Democrat, they're all members of it. They said it, they don't care. This is not about party, this is not about partisanship. This is really about pushing the line, free trade. There was a FTAA, there's the Mayacor, these are the global scope, the WTO, people reject them. But now they're going for smaller steps, North American Union before the old Americas. And this will be a super police state, and you will have to do what you're doing right now every single day. And you will need, I mean, there's be a lot of jobs in cops and militaries in coming times. And once they start to tell you need a microchip in your body to be able to cross borders, they're saying it now in the States. They want the militaries to be microchipped. So they can check their health statues, they can, all these things, such a thing. They just want to be sure to know where everyone, I mean, it's just common sense for people, no? I think people, they believe in, they're humans, they believe in love, they believe in freedom, that's what everyone wants. There's just a few psychopaths out there that decided they wanted to have all the power in the world and took the steps to ensure that. Nobody in the villager wants to be world conqueror or anything. They don't set themselves to do that. These people do, and they're protecting them. It's 7 hours.
Yeah, that's the scary part. Because you got two sides of the story, right? You got the one side, and then you got the other side. Have a good day.
Can't speak to protesters, of course.
No more talking, eh?
You will end up in YouTube, and that's not good for us.
I remember being up there close to the front gate and looking back, and there was just all these kind of protesters kind of spread out along that entire street. So nobody really came up to the front of the area, together until the first line of Riot Police decided to show up. You guys don't belong here. You guys don't even know what you're doing. You don't even know what you're involved with here. Stand up for yourself. How about you stand up for Canada, guys? This is the death of Canada right now, and you guys are supporting it. This is the death of Canada.
Come on, man. Be scared, people! This is Police State America!
This is it, in Canada, right here!
Be scared! Give up your freedom and your liberties!
You guys don't know what you're protecting here. This is your country too!
should have a right to choose what you defend.
This first line of riot cops, I noticed they didn't have any gas masks. They were older gentlemen, probably some officers in their 40s and 50s. Most of them had a white patch on their shoulder.
Yes to democracy, no to the SPP. Yes to democracy, no to the SPP. Yes to democracy, no to the SPP.
The first line of riot cops pretty much stood there, I would say, for about an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours. And even then, things were going fine. The crowd was not necessarily worked up in any way at that point.
Immigrants and refugees under attack! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! Poor people under attack! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! Immigrants and refugees under attack! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! Four nations under attack! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! Afghanistan, Baghdad under attack! What do we do?
After about 2 hours, I would say, they did a shift change where they brought in a whole new group of riot police, and they took out the older guys with the white patch, and they put in some younger, a little more aggressive police officers, and these guys had a red patch on the shoulder. And I think at that point the crowd equally got a little tiny bit more worked up at that point.
And describe, what was the interaction like at first, and then what sort of things were they talking to the police? Were they?
Well, at first there was a lot of just of talking to the police, of just sitting there and voicing their dissent to their political leaders, and just trying to explain to them why we're here, what we're doing. Nobody was really getting aggressive at that point. Things were, even up to that point, things were pretty smooth, pretty calm. And that, again, went on for, I'd say, about another 2 hours. And after that, they brought on the third shift change of Riot Police. So now what's happening there is the crowd is equally getting a little bit more worked up, because the intimidation factor has been stepped up, you know, by the police, and the crowd took notice.
La police au service des Nations des fascistes. La police au service des Nations des fascistes. La police au service des Nations des fascistes.
It was all throughout the day. The intimidation level was steadily growing, and the crowd was equally getting a little more into it, a little bit more worked up as the Riot Police progressed in their intimidation level.
SPP!